Hello guys, Greg back with another video on the channel that is all killer no filler. So as you can see today I'm going to review a piece of polystyrene that I've got here. No, I'm actually doing a tag response video today. I'm a little bit late to the party on this one. But I was tagged by the guys that I think have got the best fragrance related YouTube video at the moment, certainly the best for my taste anyway, and that's Wafts from the Loft. Joe and Dan, two really great guys, so thank you very much for tagging me. Now the subject of this tag is one fragrance to rule them all, and the idea behind it is that you find a fragrance that would work for a man or a woman, can be worn in any season, any situation, so kind of a complete roundhouse suitable for every single scenario. And it's actually quite hard to find many perfumes that fit all of those criteria, but I managed to come up with one. It is actually a men's fragrance, but it's absolutely suitable for women with broader tastes and an appreciation of perfumery, in my opinion. And my choice is from the house of Chanel, and this one is Egoist. Now this fragrance is a complete work of art in my opinion. It was created by legendary perfumer Jacques Polge, and Jacques Polge was the perfumer at Chanel for 37 years. He actually retired in 2015 and his son took over. But he was quoted as saying that Egoist was his greatest creation. And when you consider some of the Chanel fragrances sort of under his tenure throughout the 70s, the 80s and the 90s, it's got to tell you how good Egoist if he considers it to be his best creation. For me, this one's got all the characteristics of a niche fragrance. It wasn't created to kind of appeal to the masses. It doesn't have a very sweet, appealing top note that's going to make people, you know, in the store spray it, fall in love with it and buy it on first sniff. It's one of those fragrances that it develops and you really appreciate it later on. It's a real perfume lover's fragrance. And Egoist actually means selfish in French, and I've always thought that kind of alludes to the fact that this is a perfume that you wear for yourself, for your own enjoyment. But having said that, this is still a fragrance that people around you, when they get a sniff of this, they are going to enjoy it as well. Now I've always found this very hard one to break down. It's one of those fragrances that it's difficult to consider it as being a collection of notes. It's kind of like its own creation, but it's a woody, spicy fragrance. There's lots of vanilla in here and lots of cinnamon. Sandalwood's a very key note in here. It's a very, very good sandalwood note, very Chanel, you know. There's tobacco and rose, so there's some really key sort of core base notes in this fragrance. There's a little bit of skank in here because there's some musks and there's some leather as well. But I just see this being a perfectly formed creation. It's one of those fragrances that when I smell it, I just go, you know, it makes me just go wow. In fact, let's get a little bit in the air. Very few fragrances do that for me these days, but I've had this one for years and it still has that effect on me. So in terms of the criteria for this video, as I mentioned before, I think a woman could wear this one with no issues. Definitely could be worn all year round. I wouldn't wear this in the real heat of summer. It'd be more of a summer evening if I was wearing it in the summer. It's versatile in terms of, you know, occasions. It's very professional and classy, so you could wear it in the office, or oh god, just swallowed it. You could wear it in the office, you could wear it sort of for upscale events, but it's also got that little bit of animalistic quality that I mentioned, kind of alluring, you know, so it would work for occasions if you're trying to stand out or make a good impression, like something like a date. It would work for that as well. But if you've never smelt Egoist, I urge you to. It's this is what Chanel's amazing history is all about. Forget about Platinum Egoist and Allure Homme Sport and Bleu de Chanel, all of which, well actually with the exception of Platinum Egoist, which is trash, but the other two I really like. But this is a true Chanel fragrance with all that history of creativity and genius from the house. So there you go, that is my pick for one fragrance to rule them all. Now I don't know if any of these guys have been tagged already, but I'm going to tag Carl from the channel UK Frag Guy, Nick from the channel Talk and Review, and I want to tag Darian from the channel BowTie FragranceGuy. Love to see all of your picks, chaps, and I'm going to leave a link for all those channels below. So thanks for watching, guys. I will be back soon with another video. See you all soon. Cheers.